Welcome to a virtual assembly on our very first work catch-up day. I'm standing in the empty school underneath an exit sign for Media Center, hallway of lights, walkers that are kind of full, kind of not. And I just want to let you know that our virtual assembly today will look a little different than other days. There'll be a few more segments with a focus on highlights from the past and announcements about the future. And our host will be different. It will be Leanne Fernhout, our Project 2020 campaign fundraiser lead. You can find out more about her in the latest @TD Christian newsletter. Right now, I want to welcome her into this position, and I hope you enjoy today's assembly.
Thank you, Mr. Groot, for that wonderful introduction. I'm so happy to be here, happy to be hosting the Friday assemblies. Hello to everyone who's watching, to students and to staff, to parents and grandparents too, and to the TD Christian community. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy this time on Fridays. And I have to be honest, when I was first asked to host these assemblies, I was a little bit nervous about it. I thought that it was something that would really go outside of my comfort zone. I'm typically a behind the scenes kind of person, not somebody who's usually up front, in front of a camera, certainly not. But when I thought about it, I thought, this is really an opportunity for me to grow and to stretch and to challenge myself to learn something new in a different area. And so I challenge you, or I encourage you to think about ways that during this time you too can find new things that you can learn, perhaps that puts you a little bit outside of what you're used to. So let's get started with the assembly. We're going to move on to the highlights from the week. So have a look.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea and welcome to Cooking with Andrea. So today we're going to be making martabak manis. It is a very famous street food from Indonesia and you can find it here, so you gotta make it yourself.
For the batter, you'll need flour, water, sugar, milk, salt, baking powder, baking soda, egg, and vanilla extract. And for the topping, you'll need butter, cheddar cheese, Nutella, condensed milk, and roasted sesame seeds. First, add the water, milk, salt, sugar, and vanilla extract. Whisk it until the sugar is dissolved. Once the sugar is dissolved, gradually add the flour and keep whisking it until there is no lumps. Once the batter is completely smooth, let it rest for an hour. After an hour, add another 50 milliliters of water and egg and put it into the batter. Don't forget to put the baking soda and the baking powder as well. Here's where the part goes tricky. You have to whisk it really fast for 10 to 15 minutes to let a lot of air bubbles go inside the batter, so when you cook it, it'll have a nice honeycomb texture. Spread the batter along the pan so it'll have a nice crispy skin, and don't forget to preheat the pan for 2 minutes with medium-low heat. When it starts to bubbles, sprinkle some sugar, but if you prefer less or no sugar, it is fine too. Close with lid and change it into low heat. When there is no batter stick on the spatula, it is ready to put the toppings. Remove the martabak slowly from the pan, try not to break the crispy skin. And this is my favorite part. We usually put a lot of butter on it because the butter will make it softer. And don't forget to cut it into half so it'll be easier for you to fold later. Add the chocolate spread. Here I'm using Nutella because it is really hard to find chocolate sprinkles here, but Nutella and any other chocolate spread is fine. If you only want to use cheese, it is fine too. And add a lot of cheese on it because cheese makes it so good. And here I'm using sesame seeds just to add some fragrance to it, but if you don't want to use it, that's fine. Don't forget your condensed milk. I know it looks a lot, but it's not going to be that sweet. Flip it into half and cut into pieces.
Here you have your martabak manis. Thanks for watching and selamat makan!
So this is what the honeycomb texture I was talking about. It should be nice, soft, and airy inside. And this is the OG martabak, and this is the homemade one. It look quite similar, right? And it's also healthier. So enjoy!
And here's a brief segment on what is Work Catch-Up Day anyway. Here are the main guidelines for the day. No new work will be given or classes conducted. Students will get a break from regular virtual school days. Staff will work on curriculum, marking, connecting about and with students or school events, working in departments, and planning. The focus is to create room in people's lives, families, students, teachers, as we look at sustaining quality learning for as long as we are apart. Work Catch-Up Day is a school day too, and here are some examples. Take a break from screens. Catch up on or review schoolwork. Connect with a teacher who can help you with your learning. Do something around the house for others. Be active by exercising, walking, playing outdoors. Call someone on the phone who you wouldn't normally. Work on a project. Write in a journal or diary. Enjoy a hobby. Lots of things to do there. Many that don't need screens. Contribute to a virtual assembly. We had some great contributions this week, and I think it'll be a great thing for many of you to do, to think about on Friday. In short, learn something you need or want to learn. Enjoy Workday 1. See you next week.
Thank you, Mr. Groot, for that explanation. So moving on, we've got a great video that we're going to show next. Then we're going to hear an announcement from Mr. Peters and then Mrs. Dendrink in guidance. So here goes.
Oh, I can't wait to get to Marg's Coffee Club. Whoa! What's up, Marg? Nobody coming around?
I fear not.
Well, at least there's a sale.
A blowout sale.
Hey TD, this is Hubert, and I'm Mr. Peters. This is an ad for AdLib. AdLib is back. Lunch hours. It's going to be on Thursdays. So Thursdays at lunch, 10 minutes into the break. It'll run for about 20 minutes. If you are interested to come and join us, you just have to email me or message me on Edsby, Peters at TD Christian, or just Peters on Edsby. Hope to see you there.
Good morning from the Guidance Department. This is the time of year when Mrs. Finchepin and myself meet with every grade 11 student individually to discuss their future plans. Grade 11s, you were sent an Edsby message to see how you are doing and to set up an appointment with your guidance counselor. Please message either Mrs. Finchepin or myself to set up an appointment. Thanks and have a great day.
Great stuff, everyone, and thanks to Mr. Bawalda for another crafty creation. Next up, we're going to hear from Mrs. Sherman and find out what she's all up to. Mrs. Sherman?
Hi there, my name is Patty Sherman, and I'm one of the VPs here at TD Christian. It is my role and my responsibility, but also my privilege to tell you about TD Christian. It's a great school, and there are fantastic things happening there, and fantastic people. We have a capable and caring staff who know your kids by name and want the best for them. We seek to enfold students, engage them, and empower them because we're learning for service in light of God's Word here at TD Christian. We hope that you'll check us out, talk to your grandchild, a friend, a parent of the school, and you'll hear from them what a great place this is. So take the time, and if you have any questions at all, please let me know. My name is Patty Sherman, and I work here in admissions here at TD Christian. It's a place where you belong. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Mrs. Sherman, for that. It's great to hear a little bit about what you do and the things that you're working on, what you're working on for next year. It gives us a little bit of a feeling of anticipation and excitement for the coming school year. So thank you. So we often talk about our TD Christian community. And one of those groups within our TD Christian community is our grandparents. Many of those grandparents are tuning in right now. And several staff have been calling our grandparents over the last couple of weeks to check in and connect with them. And we're so happy that we've been able to come up with a plan to hold a virtual Grandparents' Day on May the 7th. Soon we'll be sending out details to our grandparents by mail about how they can participate in this exciting event. So grandparents, make sure that you watch the mail for that. Basically, the way that it's going to work is there will be a YouTube assembly on Thursday, May the 7th, starting at 8:50 a.m. It will be about an hour or so long, and of course it can be viewed at a later time as well. So after the assembly, students, you'll be given the opportunity to connect with your grandparents by phone or by email or whatever other method is going to work for you. So classes will start a little bit later on that day. So grandparents, we are looking forward to connecting with you again on May the 7th. So we're going to end off today's assembly now with a reminder from Romans 12.
This photo reminds us of how people can be empowered at TD Christian. I'll remind you of one of the verses from this year, from Romans 12. Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. Never be lazy, but work hard and serve the Lord enthusiastically. Rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. Have a great work day.